Hi YouTube, Jesse Houston here. It's quarter to 10 on New Year's Eve. I got a call from a customer this evening. They're performing at Universal Studios in Orlando, and they were having an issue with their LED prototype wheel. And so I ran into the shop. I talked to them through, over Skype, talked to them through the procedure to fix the issue, and they did. Everything went well. They're actually performing right now, or maybe they're even just finishing the performance. I guess they're supposed to go on at 9:30 for their first showing. So right now, one of my LED wheels is being performed with at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. And it's pretty cool. It would be way more cool if they didn't have any problem with the wheel that they had to call me on, but I have a lot of pride in having built something that can be fixed before a show or even between shows. I've done a lot to make it as user-friendly as possible. So in my last video I mentioned that there's some really cool news happening. I didn't want to mention what it was because I didn't want to jinx it, but I think that we're close enough that I can talk about it. I am getting a CNC mill, not a CNC router like I've got over there, like I built a couple years ago, almost 2 years ago now, but an actual CNC milling machine. So I can cut steel, titanium, stainless steel, pretty much any metal. And it's crazy. It is 10 times the cost of anything that I've invested in for the business. It's about 10 times the cost of anything I've bought in my life. I'm buying it used. I'm actually buying John Grimsmo's Tormach 1100 that he has grown out of in his new shop. If you don't know who John Grimsmo is, I'll put a little link in the video description. But this mill is going to revolutionize everything that we're doing here. There are so many little improvements, big improvements, new products, etc., that we can produce with this mill that that is really going to shoot us to the next level. It's amazing to me every time I think about, every time I realize how far we've come bootstrapping. We have the physical capacity to produce a lot more. And there's like this balancing act where on one hand, we have to get the sales up, and in order to pay for more labor on the other hand, in order to pay for more labor, we have to have the sales. And so it's been a balancing act of lifting one up and lifting the other one up, which has been progressing. A lot of the manual labor that goes into making sear wheels, there's layout, there's cutting, there's drilling, there's tapping, there's stamping, there's a bunch of processes, hours and hours in each wheel that we're doing manually right now, and that's holding us back from doing things like finishing building these storage racks that are supposed to go on that wall to get all these things off the floor so that we can make better use of all the space in here. And that's just one of dozens, literally dozens of projects that need to be done around here to make the place more efficient. If the mill is taking hours of work that we're doing manually and turning it into, minutes or even less than an hour, even if it takes the same amount of time for the mill to do a lot of the things that we're doing manually, that frees up a lot of our time to do all of these other projects that lift the business up, that make us more efficient, that give us better products. And it's just kind of a no-brainer at this point. We're at that place where we have the capacity, we have the skills, we have the people. I believe that we have the sales. I feel like if I do a bit more marketing, I will get enough sales to cover the additional expense of buying this mill and paying people to be here more. And we're kind of at a really good point, I think, of being able to, grow, to jump off. Anyways, that's the big exciting thing. I didn't want to keep not talking about it. So this thing's still going to get used, but the Tormach is a world of difference. There's a ton more to learn. So I'm digging hard into that, watching a lot of the Tormach videos, watching a lot of John Saunders videos, a lot of John Grimsmo's videos, a lot of other channels that are on YouTube that are sharing info about the Tormachs and Path Pilot controller and all these other things that might just sound like jargon if you don't already know, about the machine. Yeah, I wanted to share that. That's I don't know. That's my New Year's update, I guess. 9:48. So yeah, about 2 hours and the year will be over. I'll see you guys in 2017. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Yeah, have a great year.